You won't believe what's happening behind the cameras on Love and Hip Hop. Fans thought they knew Rasheeda and Kirk's story inside and out. But what we've uncovered will leave you questioning everything you've ever seen on the show. Sources close to production are now revealing explosive details about the real-life tensions that supposedly inspired some of the most shocking moments this season. Emotions ran high, tempers flared, and the family was left divided. But here's the twist. Insiders say that what we thought was authentic drama might actually have been carefully orchestrated by VH1 producers to keep ratings skyrocketing. Imagine sitting at home, thinking you're watching raw, real-life conflicts, only to find out that some of the most shocking fights, tearful confrontations, and jaw-dropping accusations may have been scripted or, at least, manipulated behind the scenes. Fans are shocked, and social media is exploding with reactions. Questions are being raised. Did Rasheeda really confront Kirk about his alleged secrets, or was it a carefully timed setup? Did Kirk really say those words that left his family reeling, or was he following a script handed down from the producers? And it doesn't stop there. We've got exclusive insider accounts that hint at secret meetings, heated off-camera arguments, and behind-the-scenes manipulations that could change the way you see every single episode. Some cast members are claiming they were pushed into scenes they weren't comfortable with, while others allegedly took advantage of the chaos to settle personal scores. This is a story about loyalty, betrayal, and the hidden power of the producers who pull the strings behind the spotlight. By the end of this video, you'll question everything you've believed about Rasheeda and Kirk's storyline. Were the fights real? Were the tears genuine? Or is the drama a masterfully crafted illusion designed to keep fans glued to their screens? Stick with us, because what we're about to reveal will shake the foundation of Love and Hip Hop fandom, and you won't want to miss a single detail. The cameras were rolling, the lights were bright, and the air backstage was thick with tension. Rasheeda paced the green room, her heels clicking sharply against the polished floor, while Kirk sat slouched on a plush chair, arms crossed, eyes avoiding her gaze. Everyone knew something was brewing, something bigger than the usual disagreements that played out for the cameras. But no one could have predicted just how explosive tonight's confrontation would become. You've got to be kidding me. Kirk, Rasheeda snapped, her voice cutting through the low hum of the crew. After everything we've been through, you're going to just act like none of this matters? Kirk finally looked up, his jaw tight, eyes hard. Rasheeda, don't start with me. You know I've been handling stuff, and it's not always easy to talk about. Why are you making this about the show again? The tension was palpable. Crew members exchanged nervous glances, some whispering quietly to each other, while the director signaled for the cameras to keep rolling. This was the exact kind of confrontation that VH1 loved. Raw, emotional, unfiltered, or, at least, it appeared that way. But behind the scenes, the producers were already murmuring into their headsets, adjusting camera angles, deciding which reactions would make it to air. Angle on Rasheeda's face. We need the shock factor, one producer whispered. Make sure Kirk looks defensive, and pull in the close-ups of the kids' reactions. Meanwhile, Rasheeda's friends tried to intervene, standing nearby but careful not to be in the shot. Baby, just breathe, one whispered, tugging lightly at her arm. Don't let him get under your skin, remember, they're watching everything. But Rasheeda was past calming down. Watching. Kirk, this isn't about cameras. This is about us, our family, and what people think about us now. Fans are shocked. And for what? For lies. For pretending everything's fine when it's not. Kirk ran a hand through his hair, frustration spilling over. I didn't lie, Rasheeda. You think I'm hiding something, but I'm trying to protect you and the kids from all this drama. Not everything has to be aired like some reality TV episode. Emotions ran high, voices raised, and the family was left divided as the argument escalated. The tension was so thick that even the cameramen seemed to flinch. And yet, this was exactly the type of drama that fans ate up, sharing clips on social media, speculating about every word, every glance, every pause. Later, in the hallway, Rasheeda confronted a producer she trusted. You guys are making this worse than it is, she said, her voice low but trembling. You're pushing us into fights, twisting words. Is this really necessary? The producer sighed, carefully choosing words. Rasheeda, we're just telling a story. We want the audience to feel everything. But we're not forcing anyone to do anything they're uncomfortable with. Not forcing. Please, Rasheeda muttered, shaking her head. Everything feels staged, orchestrated. Fans are shocked at what they see, but I'm telling you it's not always real. Not everything that happens in front of the camera is me versus him. There's so much they don't know. Back on set, Kirk was now speaking to one of the directors. I'm trying to stay calm, but they keep pushing for more. Every argument, every tear, it's like they're feeding the story rather than letting it happen naturally. But the crew had their orders. They wanted emotions, they wanted conflict, and they were going to get it. And soon, that conflict reached a boiling point. You never listened to me? Rasheeda yelled, tears welling in her eyes. Do you even care about how this makes me look? About how this affects our kids? Or is this just another storyline for the cameras? Kirk's expression hardened, his voice low but intense. You think this is easy for me? You think I don't have feelings too? Every move I make is analyzed, twisted, and turned into something it's not. And now you're attacking me in front of the whole crew. Fans are shocked, Rasheeda, but this is exactly what you want, isn't it? The argument spiraled, pulling in the surrounding cast and friends, each adding fuel to the fire. Some whispered accusations, others tried to mediate, but the chaos only intensified. Social media would later explode with screenshots, video clips, and speculation, but for Rasheeda and Kirk, every word spoken felt personal. Every glare cutting deeper than any script could write. Hours later, as the cameras finally cut for the night, the two retreated to separate corners of the set. Rasheeda wiped her tears and spoke quietly to her assistant. I can't believe this. They're making everything so public, so dramatic. I just wanted my truth to matter. I didn't sign up for manipulation. Kirk, alone in his trailer, stared at his reflection, wondering how much of him was really being shown. Am I the villain here? He muttered, or just a husband trying to survive the storm? Meanwhile, whispers started circulating among the crew. Did you see how she snapped? One cameraman said. I don't know if that was completely her, though I think production had something to do with it. Yeah, another agreed, adjusting the lens. They're masters at pushing people to the edge. This is why fans are obsessed. They think it's real, but it's calculated. Back in the family's mansion, the kids were confused, sensing tension but not fully understanding it. Mommy, why is Daddy yelling? One asked softly, looking up at Rasheeda with wide eyes. Rasheeda knelt down, brushing a strand of hair from the child's face. It's nothing for you to worry about, baby. Sometimes adults have disagreements, but we're going to be okay. Even in these private moments, the shadows of production loomed large. Insiders later revealed that several private moments were strategically filmed to create emotional peaks, adding layers of intensity to the storyline. Fans are shocked to learn that what looked like spontaneous family conflict was, in many cases, carefully guided by unseen hands. The next day, tensions continued to simmer. Rasheeda confronted Kirk again, this time in a quieter, more controlled setting. I don't want to fight for the cameras anymore, she said, her voice steady, but sharp. I want the truth to matter, not just what gets clicks and shares. Are you with me on that? Kirk hesitated, the weight of the previous night still pressing on him. I am, but it's hard to separate what's real from what they're feeding us. Every scene, every reaction, it's like we're actors in our own lives. That evening, the family gathered for what was supposed to be a casual dinner, but the air was thick with unspoken words and lingering tension. Friends and relatives exchanged concerned glances, whispering among themselves. They look so tense, one aunt murmured. I hope this doesn't blow up again. Just as everyone started to relax, a sudden revelation hit the table. Kirk had been secretly meeting with a producer about a storyline twist that would shock viewers. Something Rasheeda had not agreed to. When she found out, emotions ran high, and the family was once again on the brink of division. You went behind my back, Rasheeda demanded, standing abruptly, chair scraping against the floor. After everything we went through, you went behind my back to do what exactly? Kirk's face was pale, tension visible in every line. I was trying to protect you and control the narrative. I didn't want the fans to think we're falling apart. But maybe I miscalculated. The room went silent, every eye fixed on the couple. Friends, family, and crew members held their breath, knowing that whatever happened next would define the next chapter of this unfolding drama. And in that silence, the truth, or what fans thought was truth, hung in the balance. Everyone watching would soon realize that the lines between reality and production, manipulation, were thinner than anyone had imagined. The tension from the dinner hadn't even begun to settle when rumors started circulating backstage. Crew members whispered among themselves, cameras rolling silently. Capturing moments that weren't meant to be broadcast yet somehow always made it to the final cut. Rasheeda, still fuming from Kirk's secret meeting, retreated to the confessional booth, where she faced the camera with a mixture of hurt and fury. "I can't believe this," she said, voice shaking. "I trusted him. I thought we were in this together, but apparently, my husband has been playing a different game behind my back." Fans are shocked. Just wait until they see what's coming next. Emotions ran high tonight, and the family. Yeah, we're divided. More than ever. Meanwhile, Kirk was pacing in his trailer, replaying every conversation in his mind. "I did it for us," he muttered to himself. "I thought I could handle it, control it. But now it's blown up, and Rasheeda thinks I betrayed her. And maybe I did." The next scene was set in the family living room, a space that had become the unofficial battlefield. Rasheeda confronted Kirk again, this time with a recorder secretly running for the producers. "Why didn't you tell me?" she demanded, pointing a finger that trembled with restrained anger. "Do you even realize how this makes me look?" The fans are shocked. Kirk, shocked at what they see. "And for what? For a storyline you thought would make us look better." Kirk's jaw tightened, his voice low but strained. "I thought I was helping Rasheeda. I wanted to control the narrative so we wouldn't look like we're falling apart. But clearly, I miscalculated. I didn't realize how much this would hurt you or the family." "You miscalculated." Rasheeda's laugh was sharp, almost bitter. "You think this is just a mistake? This is manipulation, Kirk." The family was left divided, the kids confused, and me. "I feel like I'm walking on a stage while you decide the script." At that moment, their eldest child peeked around the doorway, eyes wide and worried. "Mommy, Daddy, are you fighting again?" Rasheeda knelt down, forcing a calm smile that barely hid her frustration. "Sweetheart, it's just adults talking. Everything's okay. Don't worry about it." But the producers had captured every syllable, every glance, every micro-expression, and later, fans would analyze it frame by frame on social media. Every blink, every frown became a potential scandal, feeding the frenzy of speculation. Later, that evening, Rasheeda received a mysterious text message. It was from an anonymous source claiming to be a former crew member with inside information. The message read, "What you think is real is only half the story. Kirk isn't the only one being manipulated. They're orchestrating every moment." For ratings, Rasheeda's heart raced. She showed the text to Kirk, who stared at it silently, then crumpled into a chair. "So it's true," he muttered, voice barely audible. "We've both been pawns. I thought I was in control, but maybe none of us are." This revelation only added fuel to the fire. The following day, Rasheeda confronted a producer faced. "You've been manipulating us from day one," she said, voice sharp, eyes blazing. "Fans are shocked when they see the drama. But I'm telling you it's not real. Not everything is real." The producer leaned back, arms crossed, a faint smirk on his lips. "Rasheeda, our job is to entertain. We capture what we can, guide when needed, but it's always a story. The fans love it, and ratings prove it. That's all that matters." Ratings. Rasheeda spat the word out as if it were poison. "This isn't just a show. This is my life, my family's life. And you're twisting it for clicks." Before the producer could respond, Kirk stepped in. "Rasheeda, calm down. I thought I was helping, but maybe they're right. Maybe we've been too predictable. Maybe they saw an opportunity to create something bigger. But at what cost?" Rasheeda turned to him, anger and hurt mingling. "At the cost of our sanity, Kirk. At the cost of the family being torn apart in front of millions." As arguments continued, the crew quietly adjusted cameras, zooming in on faces, capturing every tear, every glare, every tiny twitch. Every reaction would later be replayed in the promo trailers, hyped as explosive confrontations, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats. Fans are shocked not just by the drama itself, but by the realization that behind it all, unseen hands had nudged events to maximize emotional impact. The next scene took place at a family brunch the following weekend. Kirk tried to mend things, suggesting a heart-to-heart with Rasheeda. "Listen, I want us to get back to a place where we can just be a family," he said. "No scripts, no cameras, just us. Can we try that?" Rasheeda's gaze softened momentarily, but the distrust lingered. "I want that too," she admitted, "but how do I know this isn't just another setup? Another scene that's going to be twisted for drama?" Their conversation was interrupted by another unexpected twist. A former cast member, who had just returned for a guest appearance, dropped a bombshell revelation. "Did you guys know that? Some of the biggest fights weren't even real." She whispered to the camera crew before Rasheeda could react. They staged the timing, they coached reactions, they even suggested dialogue. Fans think it's raw emotion, but it's more like a rehearsal for chaos. Rasheeda's eyes widened in disbelief. "Are you telling me? Some of the things I thought were spontaneous, my tears, my anger, they made me act that way." The former cast member nodded solemnly. "Not everything, but enough that it shapes the story, every confrontation, every confession. Sometimes it's pushed further than reality." This revelation sent Rasheeda spiraling, questioning every moment she had experienced. Kirk, sensing her inner turmoil, reached out. "We've got to stick together, Rasheeda. They might control the cameras, the angles, the edits, but they don't control us. We still have our truth." But the chaos didn't end there. That night a leaked clip appeared online, showing Rasheeda in a heated exchange with Kirk that she swore never happened exactly that way. Fans were shocked, accusing Kirk of betrayal and Rasheeda of overreacting. Comments flooded social media, demanding explanations, dissecting every word. The next morning, the couple convened with the producers. "This is out of hand," Rasheeda said, trying to keep her composure. "Fans are shocked, emotions ran high, and now the family is being attacked online because of something that's been manipulated." The lead producer leaned forward, voice calm but firm. "Rasheeda, the story is what it is. The fans love it, and sometimes controversy fuels connection. You two are the heart of this season. The more emotional the stakes, the more invested the viewers. That's reality television." Kirk rubbed his temples. "But at what point do we draw the line? How much of us is us, and how much is them?" Rasheeda's eyes glistened with a mix of tears and determination. "Then we fight back. We show them our truth. But it has to be on our terms, this time. No more manipulation." The producers nodded, realizing that even in a world of orchestrated drama, the couple's pushback could create an entirely new storyline. And indeed, as cameras rolled later that week, fans would witness moments of raw vulnerability, candid confessions, and authentic emotional highs and lows that had never been seen before. Yet, the shadow of manipulation lingered. Crew members whispered about secret producer meetings, carefully timed triggers, and strategic placement of cast members to incite conflict. Every scene was a delicate balance of reality and performance, leaving Rasheeda and Kirk constantly questioning whether their lives were their own, or merely another storyline in a masterfully crafted television drama. By the time Part 2 concluded, the couple had faced multiple betrayals, confronted the producers, and experienced a cascade of shocking revelations. Emotions ran high, the family was divided, and fans were left on edge, eagerly waiting for the next explosive episode. The morning after the leaked clip, Rasheeda woke up to a storm of notifications. Her phone buzzed relentlessly, texts, calls, demizzle, from fans, friends, and even some media outlets, each demanding explanations, each dissecting every second of her alleged confrontation with Kirk. Her stomach churned. "How did it get this far?" she whispered, scrolling through the endless flood of comments. Kirk entered the room cautiously. A mix of frustration and concern etched on his face. "Babe, I saw the clip. I know it's not exactly how it happened, but not exactly how it happened." Rasheeda cut him off sharply, her voice trembling with disbelief. "Kirk, it looks like I'm a villain. Fans are shocked, saying I overreacted, that I yelled at you for no reason. And all of this is because of what? A manipulated scene." Kirk sighed, running a hand over his face. "I know. I didn't realize the edits would make it look so extreme, but we can fix it. We have to show our side. Together." Rasheeda shook her head, pacing the room. "Together? How can we, when they keep pulling strings, setting us up for the next dramatic breakdown?" Emotions ran high before, but now it's a war. And the family, she paused, eyes watering. The family is scared. The kids don't understand why everyone is yelling, why people online are attacking us. At that moment, a knock on the door interrupted their heated exchange. It was a former cast member, someone who had been quietly observing the chaos from the sidelines. "I've got something you need to see," she said, sliding a tablet across the counter. On the screen was footage of Kirk's earlier secret meeting with the producer, including whispered instructions on how to make certain reactions appear more dramatic. Rasheeda's eyes widened in shock. "So this isn't even real. They staged everything." The former cast member nodded solemnly. Not everything, but enough to twist the narrative. You were set up for maximum impact. Fans are shocked because they think it's raw, but it's curated chaos. Kirk's hands trembled as he watched the footage. I can't believe it. All this time, I thought I was in control. But they were controlling me too. And I dragged you into it. Rasheeda's voice hardened. Dragged me in. Kirk, this isn't just about us. It's about trust, family, everything we're supposed to stand for. And now we're part of a story that isn't even ours to tell. The day spiraled into tension as more leaks surfaced. Behind-the-scenes clips of arguments that had been edited for maximum drama went viral online. Fans were shocked at every twist. Kirk appearing defensive, Rasheeda tearing up, and friends and relatives caught in the middle, offering awkward commentary. Social media exploded with speculation, memes, and heated debates. By midday, the couple found themselves in a private conference with the producers. This has gone too far, Rasheeda stated, trying to maintain composure. Fans are shocked, emotions ran high, and the family is being torn apart. We're not here just for drama, we're here for our truth. Can you guarantee that moving forward, this isn't manipulated? The lead producer leaned back, expression neutral but calculating. Rasheeda, Kirk, we tell stories. That's the nature of reality TV. But we also value authenticity. The audience craves emotion, but we can adjust how scenes are framed. What gets highlighted? We're willing to work with you within the framework of storytelling. Kirk frowned. But where's the line? How much of us is real, and how much is performance? The producer paused, then said carefully, reality is subjective. Your feelings are real. How they're presented is where the line blurs. As the couple left the meeting, the weight of those words hung heavily over them. They knew that for every tear, every argument, there was a team of producers ready to shape perception, to craft the story for maximum impact. And the more they resisted, the more the drama escalated. Later that evening, Rasheeda received an unexpected message from a longtime friend who is also a fan of the show. Girl, the fans are losing it. They're shocked at how intense everything has become. Some think you're overreacting, others say Kirk's the villain. But here's the thing, they don't realize how much of it is orchestrated. Rasheeda stared at the screen, the weight of reality pressing down. Orchestrated. That's exactly it. Everything's been staged to keep people talking. But we can't let them define us. Not anymore. Kirk entered, noticing her deep in thought. What's going through your mind? Rasheeda looked up, a mix of determination and frustration in her eyes. We fight back. We reclaim our story. Fans are shocked at what they see. Yes, but maybe it's time they see the truth behind the scenes. No more manipulation. No more setups. The next day, cameras captured an unprecedented confrontation. Rasheeda and Kirk, standing side by side, addressed the producers directly on camera, their voices strong, unwavering. We will not be pawns, Rasheeda declared. We will tell our story our way. Emotions ran high. Yes, but that's our life, not yours to twist for drama. The producers exchanged glances, some surprised, others impressed by the couple's resolve. Behind the scenes, whispers spread. This was the first time the cast had directly challenged the narrative, demanding authenticity over spectacle. Even the supporting cast felt the ripple effects. Friends who had once whispered behind the scenes, now stepped forward, offering support. Finally, one said quietly to Rasheeda, "It's about time someone stood up to them." Fans are shocked and they deserve to see your side. But not all reactions were positive. Some crew members, worried that the couple's defiance could destabilize the carefully constructed drama. If they go off script, one producer muttered, we risk losing the tension that keeps people hooked. Despite the internal friction, Rasheeda and Kirk pressed on, determined to reclaim their narrative. They planned scenes that felt genuine, confessions that reflected real emotions, and moments of family connection that reminded viewers of the humanity behind the headlines. And as they did, something remarkable happened. Fans began to notice. Comments poured in, praising the couple's honesty, their courage, and their willingness to show vulnerability. For the first time, the story shifted. The audience was shocked, not by manufactured drama, but by raw, authentic emotion. Arguments still happened, tears still flowed, but there was a sense that Rasheeda and Kirk were now steering the ship, guiding the narrative in a direction that reflected their truth, not the producer's agenda. Yet, even as they gained control, new challenges emerged. A rival cast member, sensing opportunity, began spreading rumors designed to reignite conflict. Whispers of betrayal, jealousy, and secret alliances circulated, threatening to undermine the couple's hard-won agency. Rasheeda confronted the cast member directly, voice icy. "You will not manipulate our story for your gain. Fans are shocked at your behavior, and it stops here." Kirk stood by her side, eyes hard. "This ends now. We've endured enough orchestrated chaos. If anyone tries to pull the same tricks again, they'll answer to us." Behind the camera, producers watched silently, realizing that this was a turning point. The couple's defiance had not only altered their personal storylines but had shifted the balance of power on the entire set. Emotions ran high, the family was slowly uniting, and fans were more invested than ever, hungry to see what would happen next. The story had escalated to new heights. Rasheeda and Kirk had exposed manipulation, reclaimed parts of their narrative, and faced down rivals and producers alike. The stage was set for an ultimate confrontation, a finale that promised shocking revelations, emotional confrontations, and the potential for true resolution or further chaos. The next morning, the house felt charged with anticipation. Rasheeda and Kirk both knew that tonight's filming could determine everything: how the fans perceived them, how their family story would unfold, and whether the manipulations of the past would continue or finally end. The kids were playing quietly in the corner, sensing the tension but blissfully unaware of the storm brewing around them. Rasheeda turned to Kirk, her voice low but steady. "Tonight, we do this our way. No setups, no twists we don't agree with. Fans are shocked at everything that's happened, but they need to see the real us. Are you ready?" Kirk nodded, his jaw tight. "I'm ready. Let's take back control." As the cameras rolled, the first scene was simple: just the two of them in the living room, speaking from the heart. Rasheeda started, her voice soft but firm. "For too long, our lives have been manipulated. Things you've seen on TV, moments that made you question us, they weren't always real. Some were pushed, staged, or edited. But this is our truth." Kirk took her hand, looking directly into the camera. "We've made mistakes, yes, but our love, our family, it's real." Emotions ran high. "We had fights, tears fell, but none of it should have been twisted to make us look a certain way. We're more than what you see in the highlight reels." For the first time, the production crew paused, letting the raw emotion speak for itself. Even the rival cast member, who had tried to stir chaos behind the scenes, looked uneasy, realizing that this was bigger than any petty storyline. But then came the first twist. A previously unseen clip surfaced, showing a private conversation between a producer and the rival cast member, plotting to reignite a conflict. Rasheeda and Kirk were shown, manipulated to look defensive and confrontational. The couple froze as the footage played, the manipulation undeniable. Kirk's eyes narrowed. "They're still trying to control the narrative." Rasheeda's voice was cold but determined. "Not anymore. Fans are shocked, yes, but they're also watching us take back control. We show our real reactions, real emotions, and nothing they stage can override that." In a dramatic turn, Rasheeda confronted the rival cast member on camera, her voice shaking with intensity. "You've tried to manipulate our family story, create chaos, and make us look like villains. It stops now. Fans are watching, and they can see who's authentic and who's playing games." The rival stammered, clearly caught off guard. "I didn't mean you didn't mean." Rasheeda interrupted, pointing directly at the camera. "Your actions speak louder than words. And the fans are shocked at your audacity. This isn't just about you, it's about our family, our truth, and our legacy." The scene shifted to a heartfelt confessional with Kirk. "I've realized something," he said, eyes glistening. "We've been through fights, betrayal, and manipulation. But this reclaiming our narrative is liberating. For too long, others have decided how the world sees us. Not anymore." Meanwhile, the production team scrambled behind the cameras, unsure how to respond. Ratings were always the priority, but something about this unfiltered, authentic confrontation resonated on a different level. Fans were not just shocked, they were inspired. Clips of Rasheeda and Kirk standing together, facing the chaos, spread rapidly across social media, gaining traction faster than any manufactured drama ever had. As the day progressed, more twists emerged. A leaked document revealed that some scenes had been deliberately edited to exaggerate tension, but the couple's proactive confrontation now reframed the story. Fans could see both sides: the manipulations behind the scenes and the couple's genuine reactions. The revelation added depth to the storyline and heightened the drama, making the couple's defiance even more compelling. Rasheeda, now more composed, addressed the camera again. We've been through so much arguments, tears, public judgment, but we're stronger now. Fans are shocked at the level of manipulation we endured, but they're also witnessing the strength it took to reclaim our story. And that's what matters. Kirk added, "We've learned that no matter how high the stakes, no matter how much someone tries to twist your story, your truth matters. Real emotions, real connections, that's what resonates. And for our family, that's what will always come first." The climax of the day's filming came when the couple held a family meeting on camera. Friends and relatives gathered, including those who had been involved in previous disputes and manipulations. The air was thick with anticipation. As everyone waited to hear the couple's final words, Rasheeda stood, voice strong, eyes sweeping across the room. "Our family has been tested like never before. Emotions ran high, tears fell, and we were divided. But we've learned, and we've decided, that no one outside our home will define who we are or how we're perceived. Fans are shocked at everything they've seen, but now they'll see the real us together, united, and unafraid to speak our truth." Kirk stepped forward, nodding in agreement. "We've faced manipulation, betrayal, and challenges, but we've also found clarity, understanding, and strength in each other. The family was left divided before, but today, we stand united. And anyone watching can see that authenticity is stronger than any staged drama." The final scene captured the couple embracing, the family surrounding them, and the rival cast members standing awkwardly in the background. Cameras rolled, capturing the unspoken reconciliation and the palpable sense of triumph. Fans would later call it one of the most shocking yet empowering moments in the show's history. But even in victory, a small twist lingered. A producer quietly revealed that future storylines would continue, subtly hinting that the world of reality TV always has another layer of drama waiting to be revealed. Rasheeda and Kirk knew this, yet they also knew that no matter what manipulations came next, they had reclaimed their narrative and that truth would resonate more than any staged argument ever could. As the day concluded, the couple walked hand in hand through the empty set, a quiet victory settling over them. "We did it," Rasheeda whispered. "We faced them all, and we showed our truth." Kirk squeezed her hand. And the fans saw it too. They're shocked, yes, but now they understand. This is real. This is us, and nothing can take that away. By the end of part 4, the story had reached its climax. Rasheeda and Kirk had faced betrayal, manipulation, and shocking twists, but emerged stronger, united, and authentic. The family, once divided, now stood together, and fans were left both shocked and inspired by the journey. The stage was set for future drama, but for now, the couple had reclaimed control of their story, proving that even in the world of reality television, authenticity and truth can triumph over orchestrated chaos. What a journey it has been. Rasheeda and Kirk's story has shocked fans at every turn. From heated confrontations and hidden betrayals to secret manipulations and shocking revelations, we've seen emotions run high, the family divided, and tensions escalate to levels that no one could have predicted. But through it all, one thing became clear: authenticity matters. The couple faced manipulation head-on, reclaimed their narrative, and showed the world that truth and honesty can triumph even in the high-stakes, drama-filled world of reality television. Fans are shocked, inspired, and completely captivated by everything that unfolded behind the cameras. From secret meetings and staged arguments to heartfelt confessions and reconciliations, every twist and turn kept us on the edge of our seats. And yet, despite the chaos, Rasheeda and Kirk emerged stronger than ever, proving that family, love, and resilience can overcome even the most orchestrated of conflicts. But the story isn't over. Questions remain. Will the rival cast members attempt another manipulation? How will the producers respond to the couple taking control of their own storyline? And most importantly, what's next for Rasheeda, Kirk, and their family as they continue navigating both reality and the blurred lines of television drama? Now it's your turn. What do you think about all the chaos, the secrets, and the manipulations? Were Rasheeda and Kirk right to take back control, or do you think there's more drama to come? Comment below with your thoughts, and don't forget to like this video if you were shocked by the story. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future updates. Because in the world of reality TV, you never know what shocking twists are coming next.